Okay, so change in game plan. I'm going to trim all of these plants really quick before I go to the store because the sun is on its way down, and I know that if I don't do this before I go, it's going to be dark when I get back and I'm not going to want to do it in the dark, so I might as well do it now because I work tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to go grab my cutting shears and I'll just be like back around through the other side. And so basically I'm just going from plant to plant and pruning all of the flowers off. The basil kind of grows where it splits and it makes 2 rows of flowers and then 1 row of flowers in the middle. I try and cut it as close to that as I can. I obviously want the plant to keep its leaves. The problem that I have sometimes with these little guys is that they have the center one that's very prominent and has a lot of flowers, and I cut that one, and then the other 2 on either side then start budding and creating flowers, and so it's one of those where I'm just like, you have to go back and do it anyways. But with these guys up here, I usually do go through and prune them, like I said, once a week or once every other week or so. Time kind of gets away from me most of the time. I would say probably every other week I come up here and I have to be trimming at flowers. They got really far away from me this time, where I just kind of let them grow because I wanted to see if they would, like how long it would take for it to go fully to seed. But it's been a while now, and now I worry that it's gonna, more than anything, turn around and kill my plants. Like they're gonna, because they're starting to, like the leaves, you can kind of tell are kind of starting to atrophy a little bit, and I don't want them to lose their leaves. The thing is when you let them go to seed and you let them kind of reach that sentience, the leaves become bitter, and you can kind of see in some of my plants that the stalks and everything start getting a little bit woody, which I'm fine with. It shows maturity in the plant. It just, more than anything, I want to use these as cooking herbs, and so, well, I mean, in addition to this just being like a witchy garden on my balcony, and giving that connection to earth. Anyways, side note, I want to use them as culinary, and so I want the leaves to be quality, obviously, and so letting them go fully to seed doesn't work. But with that being said, like I'm going to say later in this video, even with the pods that I'm cutting right now, I let them dry most of the time, and they still will turn around and like give me seeds. I haven't tried planting any of the seeds that I've gotten from my basils yet, just because these ones are obviously still alive and thriving, and it's going into winter. Here in California, it's pretty mild, though. I've been kind of looking it up and seeing. I'm pretty sure I can start planting anytime. It's definitely warm enough. I feel that, especially these last couple of days. It was one of those where we had a little bit of cold, and I was like, yay, it's winter. And then as soon as it gets like to normal daytime, it's hot again, and so I think I could grow things if I wanted to. I should probably get on that, just because I really do enjoy starting things from seed, and watching it grow fully. It's really rewarding. It's just more things to take care of, and so that's why I haven't been doing it, is that seeds are very, very time consuming, and seedlings, I feel. Unless you guys have any pro tips to make them not very time consuming, but I just worry about getting them started and then not being able to have time to water them, and I don't want them to die, obviously. It's kind of like one of the most heartbreaking things, is losing plants. To me, it's one of those where, like, plants are seasonal, obviously, and so every year you lose the crop that you had, especially when I was in Indiana. But it was still, like, something you mourned, you know, and I think that's something that I'm coming to terms with, as far as, like, obviously they wouldn't be alive forever in normal climates. Like, that's not a thing. They're supposed to, like, that's the seasonality and the natural process of them. But I don't know, it still makes me sad sometimes just thinking about it. There's about, I want to say, like 6 more minutes or so of me just pruning plants. You don't have to watch it. You can skip to the end, and kind of see the conclusion of all of my harvest pruning, I guess. If you guys want to see more videos about my container garden on my balcony, or just have questions about container gardening in general, or if you guys, where was that going? Container gardening, balcony gardening, I don't know, gardening in general, my plants specifically, how I use my plants, anything like that, just feel free to ask in the comments below. Otherwise, I didn't make an outro for this, and now it's like several days later. But please comment down below, just really anything that you want to talk about. Otherwise, it was nice having you here. Thank you for being here. If you would like to connect with me, I'm on Facebook at facebook.com/Cristina.christianson, Christina with a CR. And then I am on Instagram at darkangel65368, darkangel65368. And then I am on Snapchat at darkangel65468. Bye guys, thanks for being here. basically done. I really just need to collect. Here, let me show you guys this first. Let me just like actually have an organized video. And so that's all just basil, other than my thyme plant died. I had really bad problems with whiteflies, and so I don't know if you guys have any tips on whiteflies on balcony gardens, but if you do, hit me up. I would really appreciate it. I've been using just all of these like natural soap products, so insecticidal soap. Nature's Care, I tried Naturia, and then most recently Orchard tomato and vegetable neem oil. And so like they went away to a degree, but I think the damage was done on that plant in particular. But otherwise, and then this is just a lettuce that I let go to flower. Like it bolted because it was really hot a couple of days, and I let it go just because then I knew I could get seeds out of it. And then I did check in the seeds. These are some of the seeds just tested in a little test tube. Oh my god, I've gotten dumber with H team. And so they're doing great. They're very prolific. So I think it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them actually became something, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 at the bottom that didn't. So that's like, I don't know, 60-70%. So that'll be great for like, look at all of those fluffies. So those are all seeds. That's all future buttercrust lettuce. So that's pretty great. But when I do the basil like this, I literally get a basket full every week or so. Do you guys have any tips of like things to do with all of this basil? Like sometimes I get seeds out of it, and then other times like I just dry it. But if you guys have ideas of things that I could do with this, I mean, like I could put them in oil, I can put it in the freezer, I can do that kind of stuff. But like otherwise, just ideas for basil flowers, that would be great. Obviously there's a variety of basils that I have here. Basils are my most prolific thing on my balcony. And I have the cinnamon basil, Thai basil, and then just the sweet basil. And then this was the other thing I discovered that was super neat. So this little guy came free with a tomato that died. But like, do you see the little black things in here? And so he's been doing really well, and all of those little black things are seed pods. And so if you guys saw me grab a little container and start tapping on the plant, I was just getting all the seeds. See, there's some of them still on the floor that were there before I came here, I think. Let me see if I can refocus, please. But there they are. And so just simple little black seeds. And so I'm curious if that will grow anything, if I'll be able to use those seeds in the future. But yeah, that's like an overview of my balcony garden and just kind of the general maintenance. I water it. I should probably water it more frequently. Like herbs, you're supposed to water reasonable amounts every day. I feed and water, well, I mean, I feed them once a month. I water them probably, let me use my brain, like every other day to every third day. It kind of really just depends. Sometimes my work schedule gets away from me, and so I don't do it. But, you know, we do what we can. So I have that done. I'm going to be able to now go and get the planter that I want to get, and then stop at a couple dollar stores just because I love the dollar store and I need some therapy since my life is stressful apparently. I also got news from my dad that he is cancer free, and so that's pretty exciting going into the holiday season. Not that I know that I'm getting away from work to be able to do anything about it, but hopefully they can come here. So there's that. Woo! You guys will see me maybe out if I'm feeling outgoing, like I can actually vlog in public, because I obviously haven't been doing that, if you guys had noticed. Okay, bye!